Oftentimes, people will use scapegoat words to try to completely eliminate any possible intelligent conversation. There's many different words they use when they can't offer a proper rebuttal and can't actually formulate their own thoughts or a response. One of them is racism. Now, obviously, racism exists. Whether being a racial realist, which is a different thing in and of itself, believe it or not, that's totally irrelevant. Oftentimes, people use the term racist or racism in a completely incorrect context. An instance of this is people will say people who are against Islam or Muslims in general are racist. What they fail to realize, because of their own stupidity and ignorance, is that Islam has no correlation to race whatsoever. Now, obviously, many Muslims are Arab, but you can be there's also millions and millions of Muslims in Africa, and Africans are not Arabs. You can even be white and become a Muslim. It's actually more than just accepting religious ideologies. Islam basically teaches you how to run a society. Poorly, though, but that's part of Islam. Islam has many ways in which political indoctrination is a result. Now, also, another scapegoat word people use when they don't actually know what to say or don't have a response is, like I was saying previously, racism or racist. But oftentimes, xenophobe, which is, I believe, how you pronounce it, or xenophobia, dependent on how you choose to pronounce it. I'm pretty sure it's actually xenophobia. People confuse xenophobia with racism all the time, but in actuality, they're not the same thing. The most common now word to completely make a possible discussion void and is using the word bigot. Whether you don't have a response, all you have to do to escape the conversation is call someone a bigot. A bigot is something you label someone just because their views do not fit into your narrative of the world. It's a very, very common tactic. If your views do not coincide with theirs or vice versa, you just call them a bigot. Even though people don't even have a definitive definition for a bigot. It's not even used properly. If someone says something that you deem offensive, even if it's based off of facts and you're appealing to your own emotions rather than thinking rationally, all you have to do is call them a bigot. It's a very common tactic. And I think a lot of this stems from indoctrination through modern colleges, to be honest. I know a lot of people disagree with me, but I think public schooling and even college has socially engineered and indoctrinated way more people than religious fundamentalists. Well, maybe not in total, but in recent history I would definitely say that's true. That's just my opinion, but you can have a really, really, really wacky thought process if you take everything you hear from someone in a teaching position as absolute truth. You have to learn how to think for yourself and have proper discernment. That's pretty much all I wanted to say.